Hey, it's Adam here, and you're watching The Culture Hack, where we're talking about how to create engaged workspaces that unlock the potential of your teams and drive your business forward in ways you've never seen. So stay tuned. Welcome, everybody. I'm super excited because I have a former colleague, Mike DeBoer, on with me. He is the co-founder, and CEO of Mastrius. So welcome, Mike. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks, Adam. Thanks. Great to be here. Thanks for inviting me.
Oh, awesome. So first up, tell us about Mastrius.
Sure. So Mastrius is ultimately it's a community where creatives who want to improve their skills, who've hit their DIY ceiling, their do-it-yourself ceiling. They've gotten as good as they can at photography or painting or whatever. They've gotten as good as they can all on their own. And they see their heroes out there. They say there's something that they're able to do if only someone was able to help me, if someone was able to mentor me. But Mastrius, these creatives who've hit their DIY ceiling can connect with their hero for personal mentorship. We do everything over Zoom so that these communities of mentees and mentors can be from all over the globe. And we actually do it in small groups. Advantages of cost sharing makes these mentors, these world-class mentors, affordable. But what happens is our customers come for the expert, but stay for the community. They discover that these 8 other artists in their group are their tribe, are the people that are there to support them and encourage them along their way. So Mastrius has grown into this beautiful community of artists supporting artists, experts, and growing artists at every stage in their creative journey.
It's fantastic. So mastermind group specifically for artists. How amazing is that?
Yes.
So
yes.
You deal a lot with artistic types. There's a lot of passion there, a lot of energy. It must be really exciting. So from that point of view, what does engagement mean at Mastrius?
Yeah, great question, Adam. And so you and I used to work together at an engineering company, and that's a different type of person that works at an engineering company than, say, I'm working now at this startup with a bunch of artist types and startup types. And you know what? It actually, it's the same. People for engagement, what is engagement? What does it look like? Looks the same, whether it be at that engineering company or at this artist startup company. For me, ultimately, engagement is when people voluntarily put discretionary efforts into their work. They go that little bit above and beyond what is strictly required of them. You know that they're engaged, that they're invested emotionally, personally, if they go beyond the letter of the law in terms of what they have agreed to or been asked to do.
Very, very cool. I love that imagery, right? I always picture job descriptions like a circle, and then you put them together, and the spaces in between where there's no corners, someone's got to fill those spots, right?
Yep. Yes.
So,
and in startup land, and I know you know this, in startup land, the circles are all very fuzzy edged, and we don't even know where they always sit. And there's so much that falls outside of those job description circles.
Right. Yeah, it's exhausting just thinking about it, but sounds like you had a lot of experience dealing with teams and engagement. Are there specific obstacles that you've come across in your travels that you've had success dealing with that you'd like to share?
So it comes down to, how do we get engagement? And to me, the obstacles are not doing the things well that get engagement. And I've always found that people engage when they feel seen and when they feel heard. And so the obstacles to engagement are when people aren't feeling seen and aren't feeling heard. So obstacles to engagement can be everything from this, distributed workforce, work from home, connecting over Zoom for everything, or it can be a poorly written communication. Boy, I've got some of those in my past and stuff I wish I would do over again, where I know that I communicated something in a way that the people who received it did not feel seen and did not feel heard. So in a way, the biggest obstacle is me, the leader, listening well to my people in such a way that they can feel seen and heard, that they can know, and not just doing lip service on my part, but people actually know, yes, I have heard you. I don't need to agree with you, but you have absolutely genuinely been heard. I see you, I hear you.
I love that. And so easier said than done. So as you look to the future, as Mastrius, as you grow and get more artists and photographers and your company expands, what's the plan in terms of keeping that engagement really high so that it is a desired place to be a part of, that desired community you spoke of?
Yeah, it'd be so much easier to say, okay, we've got this recipe and it's, we're going to do A, B, C, and D, but the reality is, in startup land, you never know what direction it's going to take, and also business filled with human beings, and human beings are not formulas and computer programs, and so what is the plan? The plan is ultimately to grow in a way so that I or others on my team are very consciously seeing and hearing those on their teams. And that's everything from Mastrius. So we've got our operations team, our core team. Right now, it's a pretty flat team. It's pretty small, and we have regular meetings with the group, and everybody shares what they've learned. And these have been fantastic conversations because they're, from a startup perspective, they allow us to learn and pivot quickly when everybody's sharing what they've learned these last couple of weeks. But everybody feels seen and heard and feels part of the solution. As things get bigger, a huge flat team is just not doable. So you really have to go to a distributed model, but a model where everybody, where all layers have working incredibly hard at that seen, heard, noticed thing, and where we also work hard, and I'll borrow this term from a former boss. He talked about the clay layer in an organization. And the clay layer is a strata in your organizational structure where water doesn't permeate, where the message doesn't permeate through, either from top down or from bottom up. So being very intentional that there are no clay layers in the organization, that the message is always permeating, and looking to ways to make things as transparent and open as possible. It's a very hand-wavy kind of answer, but it really, Adam, it comes down to values, it comes down to intentionality, it comes down to purposeful growth of the organization, and always checking, did we do what we said we were going to do? Are we hearing people? Are people saying that they're not feeling heard? And yeah, so it's messy, it's not easy, but it's part of just really growing very intentionally.
I love that. I love the idea of community and coming together, because as an entrepreneur, it's a lonely job. As an artist, I think it can be lonely. So you bring all those people together, they can be part of something, they can feel listened to, and then, as you said, as you grow, that intentional communication piece, that's fantastic. I love it, and I look forward to watching you guys succeed. So thank you so much, Mike, for coming on and sharing your thoughts with us.
Not a problem. Thanks for having me, Adam. Great to see you.
Hey, thanks for watching The Culture Hack. Do you want to chat culture and engagement? Give us a call and come on the show.